think about the pomp and circumstance of an inauguration, it really is unlike anything you've ever seen before. So joining us this morning, which I think your face says it all, right? That's a bit of an understatement. This is Gordon James joining us here, a senior advisor for the 2016 inauguration of President Trump. So I want to ask you, wow, what a huge undertaking, right? And so how many inaugurations have you been a part of?
My first one was 1989 with George Herbert Walker Bush, and then I was honored to do 2001 and 2005 for George Walker Bush, and then I was a senior advisor for President Trump's inaugural in 2017.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you've been a part of a lot of history here in our country. What goes into planning something like this, and when do you start?
Well, normally you would start the day after Election Day, but in 2001, we only had a few days to get ready, 30 some days, because the election wasn't settled until in the mid-December. So we had a very short period of time. And it was actually better to have shorter time because we couldn't make, once we had a problem in front of us, we made a decision and we went with it. We didn't debate it for days and days. So it actually went a little smoother.
Yeah, so talking about a challenge, right? Security is very tight right now in our nation's capital. There's 25,000 National Guard troops on the ground. How difficult is it to plan such a large-scale event with the Capitol essentially on lockdown here?
Well, this is a national security event, just like the Super Bowl or anything else. So they've been planning for months to secure the Capitol and to secure the mall and the White House and everything in between. So they've unfortunately after January 6th events, they had to ramp it up a little bit. But because of the pandemic and COVID, there was never going to be large crowds there. So I think they've done a good job. If it were me, the safest place in the world to be right now would be on the west side of the Capitol.
Okay, so I mean, as you mentioned, we have the pandemic and COVID. It's really hard to do anything like that with any crowd. It can't be. So how do you think the incoming administration can make sure everybody can celebrate, but safely? You don't want to put anyone at risk.
This is a made-for-TV event today. So you just sit in your living room or at your office and watch it. It's 22 degrees right now in Washington, D.C. Why the inaugural is January 20th. It used to be when George Washington was inaugurated, it was in April. So they moved it to January 20th. It's always cold. Normally it's snowing. It's something going on. So just sit at home and enjoy it. And all of the speeches and swearing in and everything is just going to be like normal.
Yeah, and stay warm, right?
Stay at home.
Right. Okay. So, tone is also so important this year, essentially more than ever, with so many families losing loved ones, losing jobs, losing hope in some cases. How can the inauguration reflect the reality, but also bring some hope to everyone?
Well, I thought Vice President or President-elect Biden did a very good job. And yesterday when they arrived in Washington, they went right to the mall and had a very short ceremony honoring the 400,000 people that have passed away because of the pandemic. It was very moving, and I thought they did a very nice job. And clearly this is the first thing they're all going to have to deal with. So I thought they've done a good job so far.
Right. Okay. So in really presenting what the reality of the situation is, not glossing over it, but also, offering some hope. Okay. Gordon James, senior advisor for the 2017 inauguration of President Trump. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. We appreciate your insight. We are going to be back right after this.